What's up, guys? Welcome to A Reseller's Life. My name is Chris. Thank you so much for joining me. In today's episode, I'm going to go over 10 ways that this year I'll earn over $10,000 online. So this is a live stream, so let me know in the chat below if you can hear me okay. Please smash the like button and consider subscribing. If you enjoy this type of content, I'm going to give you guys 1 to 3 tips in every single video on how to build your online store or online business. And I will just go over those streams in this video. I'll try to do it up front. And then if you guys have time, you can listen to the whole thing on a live stream. I appreciate you guys. I will be doing more live streams because I have a little bit more time now, but I'll go over the 10 ways first. There are 10 streams of income that earn me over $10,000 a month. I'll go over those first and I'll go over each one of them in detail in this live video. So I earn over $10,000 in 2020. I'll earn it on Patreon. I will earn it on YouTube. I'll earn it with affiliate marketing. I'll earn over $10,000 on my podcast, which I haven't been updating recently because I sort of ran out of organization. I'm going to earn more than $10,000 from my blog, from eBay, from Poshmark, from Amazon, from Mercari, and from 2 separate rental car companies, GetAround and Turo. But I will tell you right now that I sold my last rental car yesterday. Okay, so I'm no longer going to do the rental car thing. And for a few different reasons. One, um, for the amount of time it was taking for me to go check on the cars, um, because I don't live near where my cars are, it was becoming too much of a pain. When the cars were right outside of where I lived, it was really easy. But now that it's like a couple miles from where I live, I don't want to drive over there and maintain the cars anymore. So I sold the last one. I went through every single variation of car rental that there is. I had all the things happen to me. I had like $20,000 in parking tickets. I'm going to post that information so you guys can do it if you want to. A rental car is a great way to make $200 to $300 a month relatively easily. All you have to do is just check your car once a day and make sure that that it's clean and they fill up the gas. So it starts to make more sense when you have a fleet of cars. But that was a fun experiment. But I had the whole gamut of tickets, accidents. I even just finished a lawsuit. Somebody was in a really bad accident. They were fine, but they ended up suing me. But because GetAround has $1 million per person, the lawsuit was not anywhere near $1 million, but it would have to go through their $1 million through, and then the other person's insurance company, and then to me. So unlikely that you would go through that. So I felt pretty good about that. But I want to go into each one of these 10 kinds of income. So please smash the like button if you like different ways of hearing stuff online. Let me know what you guys think of this type of video. Of course, reselling is one of the ways that I earn money as well, and I'll go over that as well. So I appreciate you guys tuning in and hope you guys are having an awesome weekend. So number one is Patreon. So there is a lot of controversy with Patreon. Should you have a Patreon? Should you not? Right? So I make videos every single month. I think Patreon's awesome because you don't need to give Google their cut when you do AdSense, right? So if I wanted to, I can make all of my videos ad free. I know people complain about the advertising and just go straight on Patreon. Just be like, hey, if you guys enjoy my videos, maybe pay me $1 directly for each video. So if I make 22 videos a month, give me 22 bucks a month and there will be no more ads on my YouTube channel. But that's one way of doing it, right? So Patreon has allowed creators to get off the teat of Google and just deliver content directly to their users, right? Patreon is awesome. I mean, I can be upfront with you guys. Patreon has made me more than 6 figures since I started it. I'm one of the original Patreon people. So I have the founder pricing, which is 5%, which is awesome. So I only pay a 5% fee when I use Patreon. Now, that being said, I've started to make my own resources. I have my own website now, and that of course allows you to monetize a little bit easier. So Patreon is cool. Second stream of income, I'm going to make over $10,000 this year, is YouTube. So the ads that you guys see before the video, after the video, in the middle of the video, 14% of my audience watches every single video, to give you guys an idea. That is how I sell sponsorships. So if people want to advertise on my channel, I can say, okay, the CPM, which is the cost per milli, this is like what you would pay for 1,000 views on my channel is X. My channel gets an average of 14% viewership. This is how much it costs to put an ad on my channel. I don't do this too often, but this is one way that you can do a sponsorship versus just pure AdSense, which is the commercials that run through there. But that's going to definitely earn X amount of money. If you're Dunkin' and you use an ad blocker, There's no, obviously no monetization coming in that way, but if you're on YouTube Premium, I do get paid even though there's no ads. So that's an important differentiation. Duncan, thank you for bringing that up because people wonder how YouTube works. Third is affiliate marketing, right? So when people go into the link below and they click and buy something from Amazon or eBay, I get part of the transaction fee. So on eBay, I get half the final value fee or the whole final value fee if somebody buys something from my store. How that works is you pay the final value fee first in your own store, and then eBay credits you the money back in your eBay Partner Network account. It's pretty cool. So that's one way of monetizing the affiliate links below. And I'll tell you what my top affiliate product is. It's a Rollo printer. It's my printer. So people watch my channel. They use the same printer as me. That makes sense, right? They use the same equipment as me. So that would be a way for you to monetize your channel. I think it's important for everyone that's listening right now to think about how you want to earn money online. Also, let me know in the chat if you can hear me okay, because I'm not sure. The stream looks pretty strong, but I don't know if you guys can hear me okay. Okay. Fourth is podcasting. Okay. Podcasting has been very interesting. So I have a podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, um, all that stuff. That is an interesting way to monetize because it's a different audience than YouTube. These are people that are busy driving to work, etc. And you have to have your own commercials in there. And so if you have a pre-roll, mid-roll, or end roll. That's when you post a specific advertiser, and that's how you make money from podcasting. So my podcast is really new, it's really small, but it still earns over $10,000 a year from those ads. Okay, so it's important to think you can cobble together a bunch of different incomes together to build your own income, however you want to go, or you could focus all your efforts on just one. But one thing I've learned from being online is that I don't really want to rely on just one type of income, but I do understand the downsides of diverting your attention. So I'm not naive that you obviously can't do 10 projects as good as you could just do one or two projects if you focused. But I've been learning a lot about how to earn money online now, and I want to share these different ideas with you guys. So again, smash the like button if this is useful. So the fifth way I earn $10,000 a year or more is from blogging. So sometimes when I'm feeling ambitious, I will add the information I'm talking about and post it into an article on my website. Same thing. People will click the links, different products from the website. Those all add up to a few $100s a week or a few $100s a month, depending on what kind of advertisements it is. It's really, really, really informative. It's really interesting. Infinity is saying, thank you for sharing this information. I'm happy to share with you how this works. So you guys can see. Think I'm one of the only YouTube channels that I know that started monetizing as soon as I started. Some people like hide that. They're like, oh, but I have never done that. This entire time I've been on social media, I've been very clear that part of it is monetized. So I just think that's a easier way to do it than pretending like you're not monetizing and then you do something. So people are happy to support you if you do something that's useful to them. Okay, next is eBay. eBay is my largest form of income. It's half of all my online income is the money I make from eBay. eBay's been awesome. I'll tell you guys, this is probably the best part of my company because I have 5,000 items in my eBay store. Always. Right now it's actually higher. It's like 6,200 because I have replenishable, not, I'm sorry, not replenishable, multiples in the public store that I have that I share with the username Daily Refinement. If you go to that store, some of the items have sold 25 times, 50 times. That's because I bought a big, huge lot of those items to come in my store. That's half of my income. Um, that is awesome because if as long as I maintain the 5,000 items, it'll safely make me 50K a year. And that's like the $1,000 a week model I was talking to people. So if you just have a certain amount of inventory in your store, you're going to make a certain amount of money as long as you follow all of the algorithm rules. Like um, you don't fall below standard. You want to be above standard or top rated seller, clear titles, clear pictures, clear descriptions, favorable terms for shipping and returns. It depends on what category you're in. Also, one of the best pieces of advice here from Kevin Kelly, one of my online guru friends. And he says, don't trust all purpose glue. And so what that means is There's no one set solution to do eBay. There's no one set way to do anything. Okay, so don't trust people who say this is the only way to do it. I'll never say that because there's a million ways to do it. Okay, so don't trust all-purpose glue. Lab Print is saying, or Leo Print is saying, you've been watching my content and you do a platform different than eBay, but the concepts are still applicable. I appreciate you saying that because it's always the same, actually. Your product is just a SKU. So whether you sell on Etsy, Amazon, YouTube, each video is a SKU, believe it or not. This is a product that people are buying with their eyeballs, right? People watch it. That's what the product is. This video, it's a SKU, and you guys are searching for it because it's going to contain some type of content related to making money online, right? So it's essentially a SKU. It's the same thing. YouTube is the platform that I'm using for traffic, right? So hopefully that makes sense. Poshmark has been awesome. I'm gonna make this video again with screenshots from the different platform. I should do 140,000 a year or this year on Poshmark in gross sales. I would say maybe 30% profit. So that's not quite a full-time income, but I've kind of lost interest in Poshmark because I don't really want to share my closet anymore. I don't really want to participate in the community. So those kinds of things give you a slight boost. So I could either make 30 to $40,000 gross, not net, on Poshmark doing nothing, or I could participate a little bit more, be in that community, and maybe make 50. But again, I'd rather just spend the time working on other stuff that's more scalable. My top seller on Poshmark is Merrell. So what I'm looking for is I'm just looking for lots of Merrell shoes because those sell really well, especially women in the women's category on that platform. That's like a bulk of my sales is just Merrell shoes, hiking, running, outdoors. That's what I'm focusing on there. Okay, next is Amazon. I'm a really small Amazon seller, but I do sell some things. I'm working on a private label there. Um, so Amazon should make me $10,000 plus this year. So Amazon has been a very interesting journey because it's maybe the most scalable, has the most traffic. It's very competitive though, so you got to be careful and you got to really understand what you're doing because Amazon is a challenge. Also, I make a decent amount from Amazon affiliate income. So that's people clicking on the link below. For me, it's bit.ly/reseller supplies. People go on there and they buy different equipment for reselling, and I get a piece of the fee that Amazon charges. So that's one way that works. That's been awesome. Mercari has been fantastic. So Mercari is another platform that you can use. To be honest, I mainly use Mercari for wholesale deals. There are two major things that I use on there, which is the 16 by 16 by 16 box. That is 40 pounds. That ships for 30 bucks. Amazing. There's also the 22 by 22 by 22 box. Goes up to 80 pounds and ships for 60 bucks. Amazing. This is across the United States. No matter how far it's going, as long as it's in the contiguous, is that how you say that? Contiguous 48 states. It's a flat rate 30 or 60 bucks. That's been awesome for me. So I'm making a lot of bulk lots and sending those out. I've done maybe 100 of those this year. So those bulk lots have saved me a lot of time by just selling large amounts at the same time. What's up, Heather? But so for those of you just joining in, I'm talking about 10 ways I'm going to earn over $10,000 this year. Patreon, YouTube, affiliate marketing, podcasting, my blog, eBay, Amazon, Mercari. Both the rental car companies, GetAround and Turo. I made more than $10,000 already this year, but I shut it down. Yesterday, I just sold my last car. That's it. I just have one car now. Okay, one car. It's awesome. It's a 2009 Prius. I change my own oil now. I am psyched. Okay, and this is a little bit weird, but I'll tell you, my overall transportation cost for that car is $101 a month. Okay, so let me know in the chat what you spend total on your car. So no car payment. I spend $41 on insurance. That's two-way insurance. I'm sorry, 47. $47.10, something like that for insurance for two-way insurance. I have 25 bucks for gas. I only commute 1 mile from home to here. So that's not really using any gas. There's no maintenance on it other than oil changes, and I do those myself now. tires and brakes once every 5 years or more. So I cannot believe how cheap that is. And the cars are basically bulletproof. This is the eighth one that I've owned. Also, it's one of the it's the easiest car to flip for money. Okay, it's the fifth most popular car in the United States. They're everywhere, every single market. You can flip a Prius and make $500 to $1,000 a week. I kind of want to make a YouTube channel called Prius Flipper, and that's all I do is look for the. Since this car brings me so much joy, I could just look for this car all day, every day, and just buy and flip the exact same car over and over again. It's also the most common car used for taxi cab or get around, or I'm sorry, or Uber. So it is what it is, but both those rental car companies also kill it. Also, I'll give you two other ways that I'm earning money this year. Hold on a second. One other way that I make $10,000 a year is my guide. So this is the new paper guide. So inside here it has all the different processes on how to run your eBay store. So that's like, how to find stuff, how to store your inventory, how to ship stuff, how to take photographs. This guide will make me $10,000 this year. It's 35 bucks or 30 bucks if you buy the digital guide with it, right? So this guide hopefully saves people hundreds or thousands of dollars of time because they can go in here, they can keep track of their suppliers that they're dealing with, keeping track of who they're, I recommend people get 8 to 10 suppliers to help them keep their resale business steady. That's another way that I'm earning capital. This is related to the private label product I'm making on Amazon. Also, I have a digital course, right? That's 35 bucks with code YouTube in the description below that goes over how I run my online eBay store. That's also part of this income. So it's interesting. These are all compounding. Each time I add something new, I try to keep all the other ones alive. So shout out to Tech and Sports. A lot of you guys know him on Instagram. I learned a lot from this guy. He listed 70 items a day, every single day for 10 years, right? And every single year, he puts the money that he makes into a piece of real estate. So he's built this awesome real estate portfolio. So he's got a real estate portfolio. He's got a multi-million-dollar eBay business. He's got all these other businesses that he does. He does, he collects businesses like as a hobby. So I learned from him. He told me, Chris, as you build these incomes, the main thing you need to do is make sure that you maintain one income when you add on the next one. Maintain that, add on the next one. Maintain that, add on to the next one. So his advice was try to get $100 worth of income a day minimum on it before you move to the next one. Sort of master it. I wouldn't say you're mastering it if you earn $100 a day, but maybe $300 a day. I would consider it mastering that, right? But that's something that I think is important to think about. Try to get to a certain level before you get to a certain level. So Heather is saying she's glad that I earn money with this. This is, again, something that I recommend everybody do. One other thing that you could earn money from, which I try not to do too much of, is consulting. All of you that are listening right now know more about reselling than somebody else. And how many people do you guys know that could use an extra $500 or $1,000 a month? Almost everyone. There's some, even if you're making six figures, an extra $500 to $1,000 a month is still nice. So you could definitely show somebody how to do it. I would say that if you know how to process an FBA shipment, that's worth $200. Just to have someone come to your house, go to Walmart with you, go to the clearance section, look up different items, go home, scan them, send them in the FBA. If you actually show somebody how to do that, that's like worth $200 in my opinion, because it's like a lot easier than you trying to go through Amazon University and trying to figure that out, right? So you could teach people eBay, but I'm saying Duncan is saying he does it for free. You don't have to do it for free is my point. Like people pay $50,000, $100,000 for school, right? That doesn't even really guarantee anything, but reselling is as simple as finding a product that's somebody already spent a lot of work doing it. And it just, somebody already spent a lot of work learning how to do it. Just learn from them. So somebody says they're new to my channel and they don't know too much about selling. So this is just an example. Let's say that you found a Rubik's Cube, right? So Rubik's Cubes sell for a certain amount on eBay, right? And on Amazon, Mercari, wherever. I don't know if they're for sale or not on Poshmark, but very, very common item. You didn't have to make the Rubik's Cube. You don't have to do any of the marketing. All you have to do is just put this item on any particular platform and it will work for you. So now I want to talk about something interesting that I think will be really useful for everyone. I would say the most useful thing that I have learned is programming. If you want to ask me the one skill that helped me translate all the different things that I do, it was learning how to do macros on my Mac. And a macro is a set of instructions that your computer can do for you. Once I learned how those systems work, I just applied that to every single thing I do, including learning a Rubik's Cube, right? So when you learn a Rubik's Cube, there's actually an algorithm that you need to learn. It's no different than eBay. Every different combination is a different SKU. When you're learning a Rubik's Cube, the very first step is building a white star with a yellow center, right? So the first thing you do is you learn how to do the algorithm to do that. On eBay, it would be the same. So you can see now there's the white petals around the yellow center. So this, as an example, would be writing a great title on eBay. Hold on one second. Somebody set up an alarm in my complex. So step number one would be writing a really good title. The next thing to do would be matching this center console with with the color band right here so that you can build an all white top face. That's the second part, right? So you would match this up. Okay, now you have the white cross on top. Hold on, the white cross on top, but you want to make sure that the whole top is white. So what you would do now is you would follow the sequence to get the top all white. And I'll give you the metaphor for eBay in just a second. Okay, so now this part is the part that takes the longest, is matching the top in a sense, okay? Once the top is all white, if I were to relate this to eBay, it's taking great photos. Okay, so first part was write a great title. Now you want to get great photos, right? So, okay, now the next part, you got this top layer that's all right. Now we need to get the second layer, all one color. So that comes from learning the specific rules to move these blocks a certain way. And I would equate this to filling out the item specifics. So when you're filling out the item specifics, there's a lot of things to fill out because you want to have your customers easily find the items that they're looking for. Let's see here. And this is going to be like color, size, shape, make, country of manufacture. Okay, so now you can see the second row, right? The second row is now all the same color. So now the last thing is going to be the top row. Okay, so if I was going to be figuring this out for an eBay listing, the eBay listing would be, well, it's hard to do this and talk at the same time. For the eBay listing, getting the top layer done would be the equivalent of having great payment terms, great return policy, and great shipping terms. So maybe 30 days returns, either buyer pays or you pay. Offering a return policy elevates your listing. You don't have to offer returns, but in my opinion, it's the new way of doing business online. Offering returns makes it easier. Lindsay, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. And I did learn about I did learn to do a Rubik's Cube just like 6 months ago using everything that I learned before. I feel kind of embarrassed because I was hoping to just whip this out during the chat, but I'm actually I forgot how to do it while I was talking to you guys. But there's different algorithms to follow. So at least I did 70% of it while I was on it with you guys. But let Let me answer these questions real quick. What do I think of managed payments? Okay, great. Managed payments started for me today. So I just posted it on my YouTube channel. So far, so good. It's been easy. Basically, they're doing fee netting, so they're taking the fees out right away. That's definitely easier. I don't have to go back and reference it again, although there is still an eBay bill. And on the eBay bill, there will be the promoted listings fee, the store fee, and I'm sure some other fees built in there. Um, I am a little annoyed because my eBay bills per year is about 50 grand. So 50 grand a year for me is $1,000 cash back because I got a 2% Capital One card for cash back. So that's a little annoying that I lose that $1,000 in travel points. I used to use that to travel. So now I'll have to figure out another way to do it. So hopefully making up for it in accounting time is super useful. When should someone start selling through a store instead of individually? I would say I would say that you should start selling in a store once you hit 250 listings, and just be a boss. Be like Harry Tornado Josh. Thank you for the super chat of $10, and just get a store day one. You're gonna make X amount of money doing it. Get in there and get up there. And also, guys, the most important thing you can do is get an eBay friend. Okay, like I know Josh is blowing up right now on YouTube, and he knows what he's doing. And he came to me, was telling me his goals. He's like, I want to make this much money reselling. I want to do a YouTube channel. And I was like, it's so awesome meeting people that have a clear vision of where they want to go. It just makes it easier for you to get there. And I think a lot of people are just reselling because they're in between jobs or they're not really sure. Just pick something, even if it's not correct, and just go for it. I have to go back to, yeah, Lindsay, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Let's see. Only a master can speak information while solving a Rubik's Cube. What's up? Thank you for watching from London. So Josh is saying gold and silver coins are selling well for him. You guys definitely check that out. Oh, so Infinity is asking what I mean by eBay bills. I mean my eBay fees. My eBay fees are about 50,000 per year. That's what eBay charges me on the final value fee and insertion fees. Yeah, I have no problem answering questions. But yeah, it's so awesome working with people and trying to do your best to give positive vibes to people that you know and you meet, because it's huge, guys. When you guys help out other people around you, I kind of think that all ships rise. I don't know what you guys think when it comes to, what do you guys think when it comes to, this is what I really wonder. Like, for me, I feel like there's plenty of people on YouTube for all YouTubers. I don't feel like there's so many people who watch YouTube, because I get sometimes a little bit of heat from not collaborating with more people on YouTube, but I just don't, it's not that I don't want to do that. It takes time to do a bunch of collaborations and meet up with people and do that. It's kind of like just difficult to cram that all in. But I just think it's important to do your best to work with the people around you. Get an eBay friend. That's huge. What's up, South London reseller? I do want to visit London again, because there in my morning call, there are 3 people who are in the UK, and it's just like my second biggest audience. And I want to go out there and just hang out with UK resellers. What should be your policy in terms of promised dispatch time? I recommend 1 day handling time or less. I have same day handling, but 1 day or less. What's my best tip for gaining watchers on YouTube? Wait, gaining watchers where? What's up, Virginia? Yeah, Harry Tornado Josh is awesome. I've learned a lot from him, and he has some editing chops. He's like very talented. So some people are saying like, I don't get why Harry Tornado's channel is growing so fast. I know why. Like, he's consistently posting great content, and he understands that each video is like a skew. It's a skew. Every video is a skew. So if you present it right, Google will sell it. Heather is saying, what's up? heartwarming and the best feeling for you to help one of your friends retire early to do eBay. Yes, that's huge. I have to shout out this lady that I'm doing some coaching with, and she had stopped doing a hobby because she started reselling. And when you resell, sometimes you lose your hobbies because it takes so much time to resell. Sometimes people lose their hobbies. And I'm like, you got to bring that back. If that's the joy in your life, you can't get rid of it. You're going backwards. Like you're trying to do eBay so that you can gain more freedom to do the things that you want to do. And she just started painting again after 4 years of not painting. See, that's awesome. So I'm glad that I could have that person bring back in the perspective of why they're doing this, right? They want to do something that's more powerful. Advice on finding a competent but inexpensive virtual assistant. Vicky, I use Hammock. Hammock is my VA service. Um, they're going to start handling more for me, but for right now, they're mainly handling listing and cross listing, and they're going to start sharing my closet. I haven't shared my closet in 47 days. So luckily I still did 3 grand last month on Poshmark, which is amazing considering I literally didn't even share my closet one time. But having a virtual assistant help you is tremendous. So for me, that saves me around 11 to 15 hours of time for every 100-ish listings. That's how I look at it. What's up in the Netherlands? You don't have eBay. That's fine. There's still different ways of earning money, and all of the concepts translate. Okay, it's about finding traffic and a product or service that people can buy. And once you start thinking of it that way, it doesn't matter what platform it is. Is there a certain algorithm we should do to keep up with eBay? Yes, great question. So I'll tell you what the eBay algorithm looks for. Optimizing it is not so easy, but I'll tell you what the eBay algorithm really likes. The eBay algorithm is based on what just sold. So what eBay wants to do, you guys think of it this way. eBay is a company built for money. What they want is predictable results. If you guys look at your performance page, on your performance page, it shows your click-through rate and your conversion rate. If you guys are not writing this stuff down, take a second, smash the like button, go get a piece of paper and write down these two numbers because these two numbers will help you grow your business, which are write down what your click-through rate is. That's when people are scrolling down the listings and they click yours, that's the click-through rate. Okay. I'm sorry. That's the, is that the, yeah, that's the click-through rate. People are scrolling, boom, click your listing. This is the same thing on YouTube. Okay. People are scrolling through videos. Oh, there's Harry Tornado. Boom, click. That's a click-through rate, right? Now the conversion rate is, did they actually buy? Same thing on YouTube. Do they actually watch the ad? Do they watch the video all the way through? Do they convert? These two numbers are the two numbers that the eBay algorithm is based on. That's it. Simple as that. So what makes it really hard for eBay to give you consistent traffic is inconsistent listings. Hopefully this makes sense. If you list something different every single day, then eBay has to guess how much traffic to give you because they don't know. So they're like, let me give you a couple of views here and a couple of views here and see if it works. Now, let's say you had 1,000 of one item. Right now, I'm bidding on these oversized sweaters for women. There's 1,000 of each color. The reason why I'm doing that is a couple reasons. One, I want to pad my feedback. I want to sell these sweaters at $2 or $3 profit so I can just get the sales history and the velocity going and pad my feedback and pad my service metrics. That's one. But eBay loves this because they know if they send 10 viewers to my sweater and if one sells out of every 10 views, eBay is like, okay, it's off to the races. Let's give this person 1,000 views so we can get 100 sales. Hopefully that makes sense. That's how the eBay algorithm works. It's the same way the YouTube algorithm works. It's how the Google algorithm works. It's based on traffic conversion. How many views? How many deals do they get? That's why one-off sellers are like pigeons. Okay, I call this pigeon mentality. And pigeon mentality is where back in the day, I forgot what, I think it was BF Skinner. He basically trained pigeons to poke and dance and do random things in a cage by feeding them randomly. Okay, so they would like walk over here and he'd be like, boom, feed them. They would walk over there the next time and then nothing would happen. So then they would start bobbing their head. They'd bob their head and he would feed them, but not every single time. So what happened was he had this cage full of pigeons, and all of them were acting all random and erratic and dancing and bobbing, but they don't know why they're getting paid. That's how a lot of eBay sellers are like. They hear some tip on YouTube and they run and they do that. So another tip, they run and go do that. And they're doing different tips every single day, and they're just dancing around. And it's really hard because when you're listing different items, the algorithm doesn't know how to give you consistent traffic. Okay, that's why they're doing all these crazy dancing, thinking that it's going to produce some kind of result when really it's just random dancing and pecking. It doesn't affect the eBay algorithm. The eBay algorithm is a robot, it's not a person. What's up, Roger? Well, promoting listings from one listing makes sales. Yeah, okay, so good question. Promoted listings is going to do a few things. One, it's going to move you higher in the search ranking so that you can compete with best match. Okay, so this is like hardcore eBay stuff. You guys ready? So best match is based on what sells all the time. You're going to give that to potential buyers. They're also going to put promoted listings up on top. You might like this. Somebody's obviously paying for that, so it'll say sponsored. So consumers are already like, I don't know if I want to trust this because this person paid for that traffic. People know that. They're not stupid. Also, if you use ad blocker, this doesn't even show up. But the promoted listings can show in the middle of a listing as you're scrolling through the listing. It'll say, if you like this, you also might like this. And this has pissed off a lot of eBay people because essentially they're promoting your competition inside of your listing, right? So this can be frustrating for different eBay sellers. But again, it's a level playing field. Everyone is competing on the same playing field where people can actually buy placement in the listings. And the people it pisses off most are the people that work so hard to get their store rankings up. It's very hard to build your store up over time and to watch these whippersnappers come in and steal your traffic by just promoting or by newly listing. You'll get a boost. It's called the newly listed boost. This is why listing every day, people think it's awesome because you get that best match of being new, which is great. But again, people aren't dumb. They still scroll through a few of the listings to figure out what they want to buy. Steph is asking the best online place for wholesale shoes. That's a tough question. Steph, maybe email me separately at chris@dailyrefinement.com and maybe I can start brainstorming with you. If you sell shoes like I do, maybe we can create a little shoe group and work on wholesale deals together. I have some ideas, not that I really want to share those, but it depends on what we're doing together. I do think it makes sense really to open a brick and mortar shoe store and try to figure out how big we have to be in order to get the license to sell online. Because what I would like to do with Steph and other people in my audience is get shoes directly from the manufacturer. I would like to have an account with Merrell, with Nike, with Sebago, with Chaco, and just get shoes directly from them instead of hunting through them and looking for store closeouts that are all size 5 and size 12. I want I want the full size range. Okay, so solving the top row. So we solve this row, the middle row, and the top row. Now the last part is this piece right here. Let's see if I remember. I can't really remember. I haven't done this in a while. Okay, let's see. I apparently can't do the Rubik's Cube and YouTube at the same time. Nope, can't do it. Sorry. Let's see if there's any more questions. Make sure your store is set up correctly. Good banner, gallery view, store categories, etc. Yep, those are good tips as well. What should you be doing if you didn't do this? What do you mean? Didn't do what? Not sure. But guys, for those of you just stopping by, what I went over in this video is different ways I earn $10,000 a year. So Patreon, all $10,000 in all this year. Patreon, YouTube, affiliate marketing, podcasting, blogging, eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and both my rental car services. Also, my physical guide that has all my stuff in it, and also my digital guide. So both of those. I actually tried raising the price on it because I spent 2 weeks making it better, and then I raised the price. But all these people were saying that they couldn't afford it. So, okay, I just changed it back to $35 because I don't want the guide to be so expensive that people can't afford it. I want the guide to be a thank you product for me making most of my videos for free. So if it's too expensive, that sort of defeats the point. Is big and tall clothing too niche? No, I don't think it's too niche, no. In fact, there's a store called DXL. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. Here, there's a store called DXL. It's all big and tall clothing, and they kill it. Is it good to throw in a little surprise bonus item? No. Doesn't matter if you throw in a little surprise button or a surprise gift. Should you pay for a starter store subscription? It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you have a store subscription or not. It just saves you a little bit on the insertion fees. It's not huge. Mr. or MB is asking about where am I getting the 16 and 22-inch boxes? Home Depot. So hopefully there's a Home Depot or a Lowe's near you. That's where I'm getting those boxes from. Home Depot or Lowe's. Those are the two places you can get those boxes. Question. How do you know when to replenish an empty bin on your shelf with new inventory? I just walk through in the morning with the clipboard. I just walk through in the morning and write down the locations that are open. That's it. You're going to rewatch this again. You probably should. There's like 1,000 nuggets of information in this video. They think, oh, what would I be if I wasn't a reseller? Okay. Now, okay, once I met Beat the Bush. Do you guys follow Beat the Bush, Francis? Dude, the dude blew my mind. Okay, so once I met Beat the Bush, I changed my entire lifestyle. So this is what I would do if I wasn't reselling. I would save 300 grand as soon as possible so that I didn't have to work for money again. And how I would do that is I would try to get into the top 20% of a field, and it wouldn't matter what field. So this is my advice for all younger people listening to this channel. I wish I had this advice too. Learn to live for as cheap as possible, just to see how cheap you can live, right? So for me and my wife, we did this experiment. We can live for under $1,000 minus housing expenses in the Bay Area. I consider that excellent. That's us both sharing one car. She figured out how to work from home. We cook every single meal, or we can cook every single meal if we want to. We learned how to cook awesome meals for cheap on YouTube. Netflix, reading, we take free courses at like Yale. Anyway, stuff like that is really, really cheap and affordable. Live for as cheaply as possible, then make as much money as you can so that the differential is huge. What I learned from Beat the Bush and the financially independent retire early crew is that you want to have an income of over $150,000 a year, but live on like less than $20,000 a year and have this massive savings amount that gives you insane amounts of freedom. So if I didn't resell, I would just think of the way I could earn $150,000 the fastest way or more and live on less than as cheaply as possible. Then once I had 300 grand saved, which would take hopefully less than 10 years, then I would do whatever I want. So since I'm already there, what I would do is teach. If I wasn't reselling, I would just become a teacher. That's it. I like teaching. I think it's interesting. I want to provide information to make people's lives better. That's what I would do. Maybe volunteer fireman, although my wife's not super into that. She doesn't want me to have a dangerous occupation. So Tiago and I had a consulting call, my least favorite thing to do, but he's had 3K in his first 30 days. That's awesome. Super proud of you, man. That's awesome. Happy Days is asking about how to go from no store to starter store. Great question, but you literally just turn it on. Just go to eBay and sign up for a store. You don't need a store to be successful. It doesn't do anything traffic wise. It just saves on insertion fees. Um, let's see. That's what you did. See, Frugal City retired by 38. Yeah, that's what's up. I love it. So be okay. And to be completely real with you guys, we're already lean fire, but we're trying to shoot for fat fire. So lean fire is like living below your means and you don't have to work ever again. Fat fire is like living above the average income, but still never having to work again. It's actually like a significant amount of money difference. Um, so eBay Addicts is his rent's only $350 a month. That's amazing. Keep your rent. I mean, okay, it's weird because people are like, why have all this extra money if you can't spend it? I just think that if I wanted to go buy some ridiculous car, just knowing that I can is almost the same thing. It's almost the same thing. Plus, everything in California is closed. Where am I going to go flex it? And I don't know. It's different. Um, MB says that her car is older than my Prius, and you pay $100 a month with State Farm full coverage. Yes. See, here's the thing. Same thing. It's not worth it to not have two-way coverage. Same. I love it. Um, so for me, it's only $16 a month cheaper to have one way versus two way. And I'd rather just have peace of mind that if something happens to my Prius, I can just get another one the next day. Heather says, you were at a job for almost 20 years and finally you're reselling full time. Thank you. Heather's been following me for a while. I appreciate the super chat of $10. That's very nice. Um, yes, Tommy is saying passive income is the dream. Make that money work for you, not the other way around. Easier said than done, but yeah, I agree with you. Passive income is doing something that can make you money. And really the only passive income, in my opinion, is affiliate marketing. The eBay Partner Network, this code right here on my thank you card right here, I send makes me $100 a month. That's the only thing I do that's really very, very, very passive. I don't have to do anything. As long as you hold your phone up to this and scan, um, I get a percentage of the final value fee, and passive income is where it's at. And the more sources of that, the better. If you were young again, you would learn from the stock market. Yes, I love the stock market, but I'm more of a index fund guy. All the money goes into VTSAX, and that's my investment strategy. Maybe there's a better way to do it, but I'm just not. My wife likes trading stocks more than me. I like index funds because I'm lazy. Let's see. Is drop shipping a good idea? Who's that? Dom. Yes, drop shipping is awesome. So there's a lady in my group, Ash. Shout out to Ash. She earns $1,000 a month, I think, drop shipping. She's in Puerto Rico, and so in Puerto Rico, that's a decent income. And drop shipping definitely works, but you have to make sure not to have a high cancellation rate. One thing that she does is she buys 5 to 10 of those items from the company. In case they can't drop ship, she'll ship. Hopefully that makes sense, Dom. But it's a great way to do it because you've always got to be on top of what's selling right now. Drop shipping is awesome. What's up, Ali? How real wealth is how long you can live without an income source. I have probably 15 years of savings at the current um, rate that I'm living. But if I were to lower my expenses to the bare minimum, then I'm kind of done working. Um, let's see. Question. What's up, Ali? What products do you find the most profitable and which one the easiest to source? Okay, and the most profitable items are always items that require a little TLC. Broken items people throw away, these have the highest margin. Thrifting has the highest margin because people throw away that item. You find it for $1 and sell for 2,500. That's thousands of percent margin, right? Easiest to find online is the opposite of that. The easiest to find online would be going to a deal site, finding something super hot for a discount. You buy that, you flip it, you make 1 to 5%. That's the easiest to find online, is the small margin brand new item. That's the easiest. Question, do I allocate all money from income for one to a nice bottle of wine? Yes. Okay, good question. How do I approach this? Okay, yes. So on eBay, this is a little bit funky, and I'm giving you guys sort of my life strategy. With eBay, items come into my store. When I sell them, that cash sits in the PayPal account, but now it's going to be in eBay's account until it moves to my bank account. But this money, what I'm doing is buying more and more expensive items. And I do cash accounting, which means that I record the cost of the item as soon as I buy it, and I pay tax on it after it sells, right? So what I'm doing is I'm slowly buying more and more expensive stuff in my store and delaying the tax burden. So one day I can sell $1 million item and I paid zero for it. That's essentially what I'm trying to do. My eBay store is an investment. I just keep funneling the money back into the eBay store. I don't take any money out of it. So that's how I approach that. As far as the rest of it, it's just going into a savings account to be invested in something else. How do you get involved in the QR code? Okay, it's called the eBay Partner Network. That's what this is. The eBay Partner Network is eBay's affiliate program. How do I get Heather and me to collaborate? Heather, if you want to collaborate, reach out to me. I would love to work with you. She's been super loyal and awesome and supportive. How come I get 200 free listings every month without a store? Again, it doesn't matter. The insertion fee is only 10 cents. It doesn't do anything. Whether you have a store or not doesn't change anything. It's only 10 cents. 200 listings is 20 bucks. A 250 listing store is $25 a month. It's 10 cents a listing. It's not a make or break situation. People need to stop worrying about insertion fees. You went to a car boot yesterday. You know what would be awesome? A glorious thing is if I could go to Allie to a car boot sale. That would totally make my day. Hopefully one day I will be able to go to the UK and visit her and we can go shopping. That would be amazing. Okay, Jeremy is saying your eBay store needs to look presentable to suppliers so they take you seriously. Awesome. How do you go about contacting suppliers in a niche that you're not already selling? Awesome question. So Jeremy is saying, what if your store sells handbags, but you want to sell vitamins? Okay, you can be like my friend, has a 7-figure store selling handbags. Okay, but he's like, Chris, the handbag category is crazy. The margins are really small, under 5% per item. That being said, the handbags are expensive. So they're like $200, and he's only making 10, right? So he reached out to a bunch of companies and said, look at my store, and I want to wholesale your products. And he picked up some awesome deals. He became an authorized Tommy Hilfiger distributor. Can you believe that? He sold handbags, reached out to Tommy Hilfiger, and they gave him an account. So like he can buy authentic Tommy Hilfiger from Tommy Hilfiger with the invoice, got ungated on Amazon with that, but he sells handbags. Also, he used the same strategy to get vitamins. So it just comes out to the presentation of your store. My store, almost every single item looks identical. So it looks like I have a store, not a hobby. So it's been easier for me to get suppliers. Plus, my store has 5,000 items in it. It doesn't look like a hobby store. Well, I mean, it does to a certain degree, but let's see. Heather, I would love to. So Heather, email me. I think you've already. I wonder if I have Heather's email. I do. Oh, actually, I'm not sure if I do. But Heather, email me at chris@dailyrefinement.com and we'll do some chats. I can't wait to visit Ali. Have I thought of importing from China? No, because I'd rather work with US suppliers. My private label is going to be made in the US. I don't want to go to China. I don't want to wait for the shipping delay. What category do I find to be profitable in Govdeal.com? Electronics, hard goods for the most part. Coins, watches is my favorite category for online auction sites. Richard Payne, what's up? When do you decide that you're taking an item out of your selling items? What does that mean, Amos? This guy offered me 60 on a $40 item. I don't know. Yeah, that's a scam. If somebody offers you more than what you have it listed for, that's a scam. Well, when do I decide an item is unsellable? I think almost every item is sellable. I guess if it's too damaged, I just think of myself as the customer. Would I buy this? If the answer is no, then it's not sellable. Your main concern is that your store is all used items. Would I recommend a second store? No, it doesn't. Doesn't matter. It's just how you present your used items. My store is all used items, but I don't have any issue because of the way it looks. What is my biggest motivation for reselling? I like sales. I love selling things. That's my biggest motivation for having a resale store. Let's see. Do I still use Sellhound? No, I do not use Sellhound anymore. I switched to Hammock because they list in every single category. So I prefer, yeah, I list with Hammock now because I prefer the customization. You can adjust it however you want. With Sellhound's a little challenging because they only do shoes, accessories, and clothing, and there's less customization. Although I love Sellhound. If you guys want to use, I still have an affiliate and great relationship with them. If you use Daily Refinement, you get 25% off your first order. I like Sellhound. I kind of outgrew it. What's my best advice for sourcing suppliers? Your own reputation is the best advice I can give you. Bob got a Nintendo DS for $5.99. Wow. Great job, bro. For retail arbitrage, should you invest in a scanner? Yes. It's way faster. Way faster. Way faster. Do I still have the feeling excitement if I get a sale? No, I do not. It's gone. I get more buzz from hiring a new employee or making a supplier deal. I sold those Apple shoes for $2,500 and I was like, whatever. It's just, it doesn't excite me as much anymore. Ooh, what percentage of one's savings would I recommend to spend on starting reselling? Hopefully none. Hopefully when you're starting reselling, you sell stuff that you weren't using before and use that money to start. Don't take money out of your savings. Don't quit your day job. Have I watched the Rubik's Cube documentary? Yes. And when I'm not on YouTube, I can do a Rubik's Cube in 1 minute. I know that those guys can do it in 3 seconds. I'm not quite at that level though. What are my hobbies? Usually my hobbies are traveling, cooking. I like YouTubing. I like making instructional stuff. I like reading. I like writing. I like rock climbing. Let's see. Wow, there's a lot of questions. Um, do I use Inventory Lab? No. I'm not really an Amazon seller. When do I cancel a listing? I cancel a listing if I've had it for a year and it hasn't sold yet, I guess. So Charlie's getting supply in 5 to 10 days. But yeah, I'm getting supply same day or within a week because I'm doing the US and in California. What criteria do I follow to list an item rather than my helpers? I have it written down. What criteria do I use? Okay. And I recommend everybody write down your own process so that you don't have to think about it. Okay, so for me, what I write down in my listing is I'm looking for keywords when I'm looking at the solds, and then I sell similar. So when I'm listing myself without a helper, I will research the item, I'll pull keywords and pricing out of it, and I use that to build my listing. That's how I personally do it. And everyone needs to write down the way they do things so that it's easier. Holy crap, there's a lot of questions today. Thanks, guys. Everyone smash the like button if you haven't. I know, right? The Apple shoes were crazy. Frugal City is asking about the QR code. Yes, I include this in my shipped items, but on the front end, it goes into my packages now, so that I don't have to put it in after the fact. And Frugal City, send me an email. I have a video explaining how to set up the QR code. Everyone email me at chris@dailyrefinement.com. I'll send you the information. Can I interview Tino, the Soul Advisor? I'll reach out to Tino and see if he'll do another collaboration. I love Tino. Let's see. What are my thoughts on the latest sports card hype? It's the same with all hype. It'll pass. I like to do things that last forever. Do I use travel credit cards? Yes, I do. Most of our travel is free. We try to travel 8 weeks a year. Dang, yeah. Heather has to write down all her processes with 2 little ones. I can't even imagine. How much would I charge for a copy of all its instructions? I have my digital field guide is $35, or you can get the paper guide. But the new guide is awesome because I give you this list and you can actually customize it and then print it yourself, which is better because the way you do things is not going to be the same way I do it. Also, if you don't want to buy these, just write it down yourself. You can figure it out in a weekend. Thank you, Kent. Let's see. What are my thoughts on Facebook ads? I did Facebook ads before reselling. I love Facebook ads. So you guys know Wade's Ventures? He was asking me yesterday about starting a company that sells Facebook ads. I did that. Before I resold, I had 22 companies that paid me $300 a month to do Facebook ads for them. So I like Facebook ads, but it requires you to have a link on supply. So it works a lot better when you're selling the same stuff over and over again. Let's see. Your parrot likes to get in the way when you take listings. You got to put your parrot away. I hope your parrot's not code word for like your girlfriend or something. Kathy, what's up? Yeah, Aspen bought the field guide. Thank you so much. She says shout out to the guide. I love it. What size is my storage? Storage is 800 square feet. I have two 10 by 40s that are right next to each other. So I don't know if this works, but so this unit is 40 feet long, right? And then I have one next door. I wonder if this works. This is the other side. I don't know if you guys can see, but I have two. So it's 800 square feet, 400 on this side. I don't know if this connection can handle moving around. And 400 on this side. What's up? What's up? Let's see here. What size storage I have? And when my storage is at full capacity, it's 14,000 items. How can you tell when the right time is to expand your business? That's hard to say. How do I set up a consulting session with me? In the link below, it's calendly.com/daily refinement. But there should be a link in the description below, or go to dailyrefinement.com and book a time. But I don't honestly don't like consulting that much. But if you want one-on-one, go for it. But I prefer you just email me for free. Let's see. Am I an INTJ? I'm an ENTJ. So, yep. I prefer working on a team. I've talked about this on this channel. Like this reselling gives me like this weird sense of loneliness because like I named my steamer Steve. I like Steve. So I'm gonna keep Steve, but I mean like it's weird working by yourself all day. Um you like the printouts on my wall? Yeah. That's the whole idea. Is my unit air conditioned? It is not air conditioned, but I do have a nice fan, and my unit has power. So yeah, I do get cash back 2% with the Capital One card. Does it get hot in here? No, it's not too bad. How much of my money is in merchandise? More than 100 grand. Um, no, it's true. My hobbies do match INTJ. That's true. Maybe it's because it's evolved a little bit with C19. Yeah, I have the Capital One Spark card. That's the 2% travel, and I have the 2% cashback one. Is it air conditioned? It's not. I could do it, but no, it's not. Um, Steve, let's see. How can you can just the guide? You can get at dailyrefinement.com, but I'll post the link on it after, or email me at chris@dailyrefinement.com, and I'll send you a copy of the guide. I do need to get a soccer ball named Wilson. Somebody send me a link to a soccer ball so I can buy one and name it Wilson. I I do not like working by myself. Before our pandemic, I actually had two people working with me in here, and I loved it. So okay, I got to share this story, and then I have to go because it's getting late. You guys remember James, right? My trusty assistant. James was with me for 2 years. Um, a guy in my mastermind group said, Chris, you got to get rid of James because you need someone that you can rely on. You can't rely on James, so you need to get rid of him. And I was thinking, but he's so loyal. But he's right. He wasn't very reliable. I'd ask him to do something and he wouldn't do it. So what happened was, I was like, James, I need to know what you do because James always worked without me. I would like give him the task and then I'd go do something else. But I observed him like an experiment for a whole day, writing down all the things that he did. Then I wrote down my own guide and I'm like, okay, James, why don't you just do this list of instructions and see what happens? And he crushed it. He did more work than he's ever done before because I just wrote down all the effective things that he did. Okay, then he had the best day ever. And then I said, you're fired. I got rid of James because he's not a reliable person. Um, and then I got somebody else to just copy him, and it was glorious. I found somebody who was reliable to just do what James did. That's the sequence of events. Um, do I do my own taxes or outsource that? So my taxes are actually pretty easy. I do them myself, but it is a little bit complicated. So I got advice from 1-800-accountant. They have a free consultation. I don't have an affiliate code for 1-800-accountant. I just like them because they know about different online businesses. So at the beginning of the video, I went over 10 different ways that I make money. Um, they have experience in all those different types of income. Um, Do I recommend insurance? 100% I recommend insurance. So, okay, this is a bit funky. This is my transition. I'm moving towards, for the used stuff, it's going to be under my homeowner's insurance, and the new stuff's going to be under my general insurance. It's hard to get insurance for used items, okay? What's my biggest challenge I faced? Uh, Not being able to see people. It's nothing. Reselling is on fire since this happened. Do I listen to music? I listen to podcasts. I like um I like stuff. I like listening to conspiracy theories and stuff about animals. Usually not stuff related to reselling. I love listening to the random and more interesting stuff about history is what I like listening to. How to start on eBay. A lot of people are sending you fake offers. Um, Thank you, Ali, for moderating. I don't have best offers for most of my stuff because I don't like answering them. In fact, I get a lot of heat because on Poshmark is where I get the most lowballs. I literally put in my listing, all offers will be ignored, hoping that that will just make people not offer, but that doesn't work. And it's also very rude. So don't copy me. Do as I say, not as I do. Don't be rude like me, because I would put like, didn't you read the description? I said all offers will be ignored. So don't be rude like me. Just move on. Um, the transparency of my life is awesome. Well, thank you very much. Am I a fire sign? What does that mean? Am I a fire sign? Uh, okay, I think that I used to be an INTJ, but I like. Okay, this is interesting because I wonder frugal. Or wait, who is an INTJ? Is it Garden of Love and Flappiness? Maybe. Okay, most people I don't like that much, to be honest. So maybe I am an INTJ, but I'm not with people I really like. I don't know for what it's worth. So like, I'm either like the Fight Club reference. You're a single serving friend to me, or like a lifer friend for me. Like Allie is a lifer friend. I could go to car boot sales with her every day and look for cool things and have tea. I don't need more friends than that. I'm good with just the people that I like. Um, yeah, I'm a Capricorn. I don't know what that means, um, but yeah, I'm a Capricorn. Can I make an eBay guide? I have an eBay guide. It's called the Reseller Field Guide. That's like I talk about my guide every single video. Uh, it's $35. What's my average sales in a day? So I don't know exactly the gross a day, but it's like 800 profit a day. I don't know exactly the gross per day. It's a little different. Capricorn. Let's see. What's up? Do I use cross posting sites? Okay. I like List Perfectly. List Perfectly is an awesome company. My friend Teresa works there. I met the founders. It's better than Vendu in my opinion because you list natively on the site. So what that means is when you use List Perfectly, um, you open up Poshmark and Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, and list on their platform, and it fills in the stuff for you. I like that better than Vendu that does it within the same platform. But I don't like either of them because I'd rather you use a VA that does it for you. Cross listing for me, I don't know if you guys agree. I think that cross listing is um, data entry. And I don't want people who follow my channel to do too much data entry. I want you to do stuff that's a higher paid thing. Do I sell other people's? Do I sell for other people? Yes, I do consignment. Um, I already listed it, but I got a bunch of Gucci stuff from a friend that I just listed. So I love doing consignment. Do I do any offsite content or optimization strategies to direct targeted traffic? No, I don't. I currently do not do those strategies, but I know how. Was I born in Utah? Yes, 100% born and raised in Utah, and I know what it is now. Okay, I used to think that I didn't like Utah because it was a small town. Not true. The reason why I don't like Utah is because there's a lack of diversity. That's really the reason. I am in Oakland now. My parents are from Taiwan. I was born and raised in Utah. After college, I moved to New York City, lived there for 3 years. I ran a beer pong company and I sold shoes on eBay when I lived in New York City. After that, I left and moved to California for a girl. As soon as I moved to California for the girl and moved in with the girl, we didn't end up working out. Like immediately, we were like, this is not going to work, but but it was fine. I liked California weather, so I stayed. Um, I loved um, I loved it. I loved California versus New York. It was very different. First day I got here, I realized I needed a car. I didn't need a car when I lived in New York City. So I applied at a Lexus dealership to be their eBay sales rep. Um, and I bought a car. Or second day. First day I came here, moved in with the girl, and we decided this is not going to work for sure. So I'm not really a waste time kind of person. So we just decided to have it not work. So I moved out. She kept the place. My other friend from Utah came and lived with me for a while I worked at Lexus. Lexus was awesome. Selling cars on eBay was epic. That was a great job. Golden handcuffs. 4 years down, my boss said, I would like you to quit within 30 days and start your own company. I will give you up to $1 million to start a company for the two of us, and it's a 90-10 split. I get 90% of the money, you get 10% of the money, but it's 50-50 ownership until I get the $1 million back. That was kind of the split that we agreed to. But then I decided, how about instead of the 90-10 split, we just go straight 50-50. I had some savings at the time. I was like, let's just go 50-50. You're already rich. You give me the connections that I need to build a business, and then we'll call it 50-50. And he said, okay. And I realized that he wasn't very good friends with, he didn't build a very good network. So that network wasn't worth that much to me. So eventually he gave me his half of the company for free. That was the Facebook marketing company I was talking about before. So he's still a good friend of mine. He just sold those dealerships for $71 million. He's a really, 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 really good businessman, but maybe a different tier of entrepreneur than me. Um, I know. I can't wait to visit her in the UK. How many square feet is my facility? 800 square feet. I have to go now. All right. Everyone have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.